go so deep with this shit. Like, so I guess just to circle that into like the specific question you asked, I would tell someone starting over or starting for the first time, think about the life, the day-to-day life you really want to live. And then how do you get yourself in that space? Like I just painted the picture. Do you want to be in those beautiful rooms around those people with that feeling and playing that role? Or do you want this environment with this role? How do you want to interact with people in the world?
And
And
that
what's
will determine how you present yourself to the world.
exact that will determine like, because look, if you're doing makeup for somebody, that's the fundamental, but then it's how you build that is based off that vision you want and what's going to actually feel the best for you.
Because once you get successful, if you're buried in DIY brides that you hate, then
Then you
it'll feel like work and torture every day. But if you want to be in those opulent settings, right? Yeah, just kissing butt and stuff all day. You can probably guess which one I'd want to be in. I don't think I could do the butt kissing all day, but you know, some people are completely fine with that. But either way, if there's a mismatch there, if you have not lured your ideal client to yourself and then you end up with a whole bunch of those non-ideal clients, your life will suck.
suck so much. Yeah. And I've been through that so much where I'll kind of be like, you know what? Maybe I'll try out a different client, even though they're normally my red flag. You try it and you're like, well, now I hate this job. So you have to be so specific. Like you can pick who you work with, you can pick your pricing, you can pick your offers. Like business owners forget, I think, sometimes how much control they really have.
Everybody almost forgets in the beginning unless they find someone like you, unless they have known someone like you. I am a very experienced businesswoman. I have been in business for the last 26 years doing something at a big corporation. However, I started this dog daycare last year and I started attracting the freemium people, and I hate those people. They're a huge pain in the ass. They want everything for $3, but they want you to bend over backwards for them and kiss their butt. And it's crazy, like, but I don't want those people. I've started firing them now. But having to do that's like really painful and uncomfortable. And, if
Yeah.
you can like not get yourself in that situation in the first place. I mean, I led by, here's this deal, here's this sale, start for free. And so that's the kind of client that I want. They want everything for free now.
Yeah. Business is so tricky. And that's the whole thing. You just try something, see the results, and you learn. You're like, okay, you know what? I attract the wrong people when I word it like that. What if it was the same deal but worded like this? And
Well, exactly, because now I take that deal and I parlay it into if we used to do packages where you could get 10% off for 20 days or whatever, 20 basically bulk. Well, somebody can make 20 days of daycare last a whole year. And then
Mhm.
I don't make any, do you know what I mean? Like they come in and they spend money that one time and then they don't spend any money. They come in sporadically. Their dog is naughty because they're not used to our systems and our people and the other dogs. It's a whole pack situation. There's no getting around that. It's dogs. So if you have a
Yeah.
dog coming on Tuesday this week and then skipping 3 weeks and coming on Thursday that week, they don't know any of the dogs. They don't remember why they're there, whatever, right? Now I parlay it into a subscription. Like you will not get my best pricing unless you come every single week.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that completely changes who shows up because yeah, you might be getting 10% off, but you're only getting it if you buy at least 2 days a week or something like that a week, which means your dog, if you decide to drop out, that's cool, but you lose any accrued days that you have because if you have to miss a day, I don't throw it away. You can
Yeah.
buy extra days at that same discounted price if you want to. But if you don't come for 3 weeks, you have two choices. You can continue to pay me and then have those days add up. And then get back into the swing of things, and you better, otherwise you're paying me for no reason. Or you can, pay a bunch of money to re-enroll, and then come back. But look, no promises. Now, if you come back now, we have to retest your dog. And we had a few clients, and it was very unfortunate. Some clients that we've had from the very beginning, that were wonderful clients that did come every week, but they withdrew their dogs for 3 or 4 weeks over Christmas. And when they came back, it was hard for them to reacclimate. And we had to ask a few clients to leave until they could get their dog back under control. Because if a dog leaves for 3 weeks, guess what? if they were the alpha, someone else takes over while they're gone. Now you bring your alpha back 3 weeks later, and he's like, I'll fight you. I'll fight you to be the alpha again. It's not like the new alpha is just going to be like, cool, dude. Yeah, I heard you used to hang out here and I'm going to relinquish my spot. That's not how it works. So it's like all this very complicated web of human psychology and dog psychology that you need to be aware of. And if you're not, all of a sudden you have dogs trying to kill each other, and you don't want that. That's not something you want getting out. So yeah, it is tricky. Everything's tricky.
Business is so fun because it's just a never ending solving problems. So you have to be into that to be into this, but because it's like I'm listening to that and I'm just translating it as I'm like, yeah, pricing is part of branding because you're attracting different people with a different price strategy. But then that's where also the spaghetti on the wall is like for your very specific business, you had to learn all that shit and be like, oh shit, now there's alpha dogs, now there's the Christmas, so now we need this, now we need that. And it's just you like you have to go through all that stuff to figure out how do you make your perfect structured business. And it's
Exactly.
everyone has to go through it. And there's like techniques, like I can come in and say, well, this is a technique for pricing, but you're not going to know until you've had those experiences with your actual business where it's like, all right, Christmas, 3 weeks off. These alphas need to get reacclimated, and this is our process
Exactly.
now.
Yeah. Yeah. And we'll have to have a process next year. Now we know that.
Yeah.
And amazingly, I've been able to meet some really cool people on the blocks that train dogs, so they'll probably be involved. Now
Yeah.
listen, I know that you have a really tight timeline, so if there's anything you want to say in closing, go ahead.
In closing, I would say anyone listening, it's it's the dance between experiment and like just go for it and just do it, and then double down on what is working and always evolve your business. I think the biggest mistake I made was going like 6 or 7 years into my business before realizing I can raise my prices. Like it just never even occurred to me that like you have to be the one who gives yourself a raise. And you're not just giving yourself a raise, you now have that many more years experience. You're that many more years
Yes.
valuable. And so, yeah, like always evolve, double down on what you're best at, and don't stop experimenting is like, I think just the best way to summarize being an entrepreneur, honestly.
I love it. And now I'm guessing you're probably not taking new clients right now, but what if someone wants to get on your waiting list? How do they get a hold of you?
So they can find me at musebrandingstudio.com, or I'll do Facebook, Calliope Share. Find me
Okay.
there. Yeah, I have a wait list and possible openings after August.
All right. Well, I'll be on your wait list. And thank you so much for joining me today. And have a great weekend. We'll talk to you later. Thanks everybody for joining. Bye.